This is Join the Crowd Radio. JoinDaCrowd.com.
Yeah. This is Join the Crowd Radio. I'm your boy MotzyMadeIt of MotzyMadeIt.com. This is episode 2. Playlist of Life, Thin and Now, Volume 1. And this was released back in April 2nd, 2018. And this playlist is all about taking the songs from then, playing them right before the songs that came out now. You ever listen to a hip-hop song and you hear a beat or a hook that sounds like it came from an old school record, featuring 8 popular hip-hop songs being streamed right after 8 original songs that it was sampled from? Here is our Then and Now series. If you ever wondered what record was used to create Kanye's Through the Wire, or where the hook came from for Biggie's More Money, More Problems, or better yet, what song was sampled to make Jay Electronica's Exhibit C, this is the playlist that exposes it all. Then and Now, Volume 1. The first song off that playlist is Freddie Payne's I Get High, which was produced by Frank E. Wilson and Tony Camillo off the Stairs and Whispers albums. The release date on this was 1977. And you already know who sampled this. The one and only Styles P from The Lox. It was produced by St. Vincent and Swiss Beats. It was off his Gangsta and the Gentleman album. It was released on August 11th, 2002. And it was also featured on Swiss Beats Presents Ghetto Stories album. Next song on this playlist is Shaka Khan's Through the Fire, produced by Erith Mardin, Roberto Gatica, and David Foster. And that was off her I Feel You album, which was actually number 8 on that album. It was released April 1st, 1985. And you already know who sampled that. Kanye West for his Through the Wire song. Oh, don't forget, make sure you alkaline your body. Alka 65. Kanye was in a car accident. His jaw got wired. And he actually recorded the song with his jaw wired, which is crazy. I believe he crashed his car around October sometime in 2002. And the song was released September 30th, 2003. Recorded at the plant in Los Angeles, California. And that was one of the songs off his College Dropout album. That came out in 2004. Next next song on this playlist is Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5, The Message, produced by Jigsaw Productions and Sylvia Robinson. It was off the album called The Message as well, featuring Grandmaster Melly Mel and Duke Booty. Release date July 1st, 1982, and this was number 7 off the Message album that came out in 1982. Recorded at Sweet Mountain Studios in Inglewood, New Jersey. And you already know who sampled that. Diddy. For Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. And that was actually number 17 off his No Way Out album, featuring Mace, of course, produced by Stevie J, Carlos Brody, and Diddy, of course. And that was actually the first single off the No Way Out album. It was recorded at Puff's Infinite Studio Daddy House on January 7th, 1997. Just want to shout out my hoodie gang. This is your boy MotzyMadeIt of MotzyMadeIt.com, JoinDaCrowd.com. You know, just going through these playlists. What's next? Janet Jackson, Anytime, Any Place. This was off her 1993 Janet album. And this was actually number 25 off that album. The label was Virgin Records. The song was written by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, the infamous, the great, the one and only Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, as well as Janet Jackson. Release date was May 18th, 1993. It was recorded at Fly Time Studios. And you already know who sampled this. Kendrick Lamar, featuring Drake. The song was called Poetic Justice, which is a reference to a movie that Janet was in with Tupac. It was produced by Scoop DeVille, and that was off of Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City album. It was released on October 22nd, 2012, and recorded at the TDE Red Room in Carson, California. And that was actually number 6 off the Good Kid, Mad City album. Next, from the movie Annie, It's a Hard Knock Life, off the motion picture soundtrack Annie by Eileen Quinn. Between 1972 and 1976, the lyricist Martin Charnin first approached the writer Thomas Meehan about the musical idea. On 1972, 4 years later, Annie had its world premiere on August 10th, 1976 at the Godspeed Opera House with Hard Knock Life. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. And you already know who flipped that. The one and only Jay-Z. For his Hard Knock Life album, he actually made that a single. And it's known that he has actually cleared the sample for the original Hard Knock Life so that any rapper can use it. Because Nipsey was the person who used it. He made that statement available. Produced by DJ Mark and the 45 King, off Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. It was recorded at the Hit Factory and released on September 29th, 1998 through Def Jam Recordings and Rockefeller Records. Next up, the one and only Diana Ross, I'm Coming Out. Produced by Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, off the Diana album. I'm Coming Out became a #1 dance hit, topping Billboard's Hot Dance Music Club Play chart for first 3 weeks in August of 1980, and again for 2 weeks the following month. It also peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 6 on Billboard's R&B charts. And it performed well overseas. It was on Sony Legacy and Motown Records, and it was released August 22nd, 1980. And you already know who sampled that. The Notorious B.I.G. for More Money, More Problems, featuring Puff Daddy and Mace, produced by Stevie J and Diddy, off the His Life After Death album. Rest in peace to B.I.G. Everybody rocking their hoodies, hold their head down 1 second for B.I. With background vocals by Kelly Price. She's actually singing that part. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Released on March 25th, 1997. Recorded at Caribbean Sound in Trinidad and Daddy's house in New York. The video was super fire. You know who did the video? Hype. That shit had shiny suits everywhere, rollies, lights, cameras, action. It's crazy, man. The video came out, but Big had already passed, so couldn't be in the video, but they definitely blessed us with some Biggie visuals in the video. The next song on this playlist, Then and Now, Volume 1. Marvin Gaye, Turn On Some Music. I Got the Music, off his Midnight Love album, produced by Marvin Gaye, of course. And another, Hoodie Gang, Hold Your Hoods Down, for the great Marvin Gaye. Rest in peace. And it was released October 1st, 1982. And y'all already know who sampled this too, right? Mr. Eric Sherman himself, for the song Music. There's an instrumental version of Marvin Gaye's Music. So I believe that's probably the track that Eric Sherman used to actually record this. Song's fire too. I got some music, turn on some music. The way he sampled Marvin Gaye on here was just crazy. Dope. It was released June 12, 2001. And it was actually off Eric Sherman's album called Music. And it was number 4 of that album. Next song off this playlist is Billy Stewart's Cross My Heart. A lot of people may not be familiar with who Billy Stewart is, but he called himself the Fat Boy. Just to give y'all a little history on Billy Stewart, he was an American rhythm and blues singer and pianist, was popular during the 1960s. He was 12 years old when he began singing. So the song Cross My Heart wasn't like one of his hit records or anything like that. But when it was sampled by the one and only J Electronica for Exhibit C, produced by Just Blaze, that's when it really got its notoriety and people wanted to know where the sample came from. Exhibit C is actually a sequel to Exhibit A. Nobody really knows if an Exhibit B exists, but this was produced by Just Blaze and written by J Electronica. It was released on December 22nd, 2009. And when this dropped, everybody was like, yo, this dude from New Orleans is dope. You know, lyrically, he was just killing it. So everybody wasn't expecting so much from him after that. He never really dropped the album until this year, early this year. And he had Jay featured on a lot of tracks, but when Exhibit C dropped, it was one of them ones, man. A lot of people enjoyed it. And just to give y'all a little bit on why I put this playlist together, let's do my Motzy Says. This playlist came to mind when I realized the song Good Times by Styles P had a familiar sound that I remember hearing younger. It was Fred Payne's I Get High record from back in the day. It surprised me to find out that a lot of the samples of other hip-hop records were really used from songs from way back in the days when your mom and dad grew up, or when their parents grew up, or when you grew up as a kid. I know there are probably many more songs out here, but I picked these 8 because these ones came to me first, you know? So I just wanted you guys to enjoy it. There's gonna be more volumes coming. But this is the first one of the Thin and Now series. So we're gonna close this out. This is JoinDaCrowd Radio. This is episode 2, Thin and Now, volume 1. I'm your boy MotzyMadeIt of MotzyMadeIt.com. JoinDaCrowd.com is where it all started. Shout out to Playlist of Life. You can definitely check this whole playlist out on Spotify. But this is just us giving you the detailed information into the playlist and the songs on the playlist and how the playlist came about. So just wanted to put that out there for you guys. Not make this too long. So until episode 3.
This is Join the Crowd Radio.